Peace and love be unto each and every one of you. We are again excited for you to be joining us here on the Restoring Light podcast. Oh my God, this has been going so well. I'm excited about this journey, and I'm excited about each and every one of you who have chosen to subscribe to the Restoring Light podcast. And your feedback is, I appreciate it. And this journey is personal. I am Bishop JT Dixon, your host. My friends call me Titus, so of course I would prefer if you would call me Titus also. The feedback has been tremendous. And one of the things that I share with people, this journey that we are on, restoring light, gaining the truth about our ancestors, gaining more truth about our heritage, and creating a genuine sense of pride about who we are. No, this is not about anti-anything. It is pro-black. Because this is what I believe. We attract the attention of others. Thus, the reason from the beginning of time, the 10 practices that were perfected during slavery. So we, and then even in the Great Depression, the years of the Great Depression, and then followed by that, the civil rights era. I am going to explore, and I am going to talk to you today and hopefully share light that you will be able to see bigger picture. I use the analogy that we have been focusing on the smoke, and the 10 practices that I'm going to share with you today. These are the practices that were put in place by the colonizers and have been repeated throughout history. It is time out for blame. It is time out for division, for being afraid to have difficult conversations. One of the things, and I'm jumping ahead of myself, one of the things that's prevalent from the trauma and the treatment that our ancestors experienced during this horrific period of life has been passed down from generation to generation. And one of the behaviors that you will find many people exhibit is escape avoidance, which means we figure out a way not to have the conversation, in hopes that if we do not have the conversation, it will go away. But how many of you know it never goes away? So again, thank you for joining us. We're going to dive into this. Please share, like, and continue to interact with me. The Restoring Light podcast is birthed from my book trilogy, is Restoring Light, Overcoming a Dark Past. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the 10 practices that were developed, and we're going to follow those 10 practices through every era of American history. Let me throw out a disclaimer. Anytime you bring up the subject of slavery, there are those who would rather escape the conversation. There are those who have very strong opposing views, and there are those who rather leave things status quo. I can't say I'm okay with that. However, my desire is to enlighten those who want to be enlightened, to share the truth about our history to those who want to hear the truth. I'm just here to share truth and to share history. Many people have their mind made up. I am trying to reach those who are seeking truth. We would learn that we are kings, queens, we are royalty, we are innovators. We are so much more than what we have been made to believe that we are. Others will cleave to us because of the uniqueness of our community, the power of our community. So unity is something America does not want in our community. One of the first things that our oppressors found to be important was to dehumanize us. They dehumanized us, and they saw us as animals opposed to full human. They stripped us of our dignity. They stripped us of our humanity. We no longer have to be victims. We are victorious. We are powerful. There are four things that I repeat over and over again: unity, resilience, brilliance, and strength. The great desire during this era was to dehumanize us. And throughout history, we've had evidence of this dehumanization stripping us of our desire to be a proud people, our desire to be leaders, our desire to be above and not beneath. You are the head and not the tail. So number two, it forced separation. For the lack of a better word, we are struggling when it comes to family unity. We are struggling when it comes to marriage. Thus the reason, forced separation. Families were torn apart to deteriorate the social bonds and to prevent unity. The Bible tells us that we perish for the lack of knowledge. Well, we're not going to perish. We're going to share this knowledge. So number three, we talk about the third practice that I want to share with you is economic exploitation. Economic exploitation. This is going to take a few minutes. I want to stick a pin in it right here, and I ask that you take a moment and listen to these ads from our sponsors. We could not do what we are doing if it were not for our sponsors. So please, hang in there, come right back. We'll be right back with you. Economic exploitation. Slaves were used for labor without any compensation, fueling the economic and slave-owning societies, which means we built so many economy in so many different areas: Spain, England, Africa, England, the U.S. So we were the driving force of the billionaires today having the billions that they had because they were able to profit without payment. Just think of this, and many of you may not know this. Football and basketball today, college football and college basketball, are the only two sports, predominantly black, mind you, where the athletes have to go to a college for at least 1 year. They don't want Kobe's anymore. They don't want Kevin Garnett's anymore. They don't want LeBron James's anymore. What do I mean by that? They don't want the system to allow athletes to go from high school to professional. You can go from high school to professional in baseball, hockey, tennis. So the table is still unbalanced. You follow me? So the tables are still unbalanced. You follow me? So, what do we have? Economic exploitation. We have educational deprivation, number 4. And number 5, physical punishment. Extreme physical punishment were used to instill fear and maintain control. Every era, beloved, physical punishment. Number 6 is very tragic. All of them are. But number 6 is sexual exploitation. Sexual exploitation. And it's sad today that abuse permeates throughout society. So these are the practices that we must focus on in order to move ahead, because we know what the enemy is. We know the tactics of the enemy. We know what things are being done while we're looking at the smoke, or we're ignoring the smoke, because we're definitely ignoring the fire. Sexual exploitation a sense of pride, and this sexual exploitation creates psychological trauma, which produces the situation that we have today. But it is a fact that this system in America has been constructed so we will be where we are today. So do you want to remain defeated? Do you want to continue to operate in a system that was constructed for this outcome? Division in the black community. Number 7, psychological manipulation. This has really torn through our community. All of these 10 practices have done a job on our community. I'll admit. But we do not have to remain in this stream current. The current that we are in right now, we can get out of it. Psychological manipulation, gaslighting was a movie, I think it was in like 1940s, making people believe a reality that was not real. You basically take on the lies as truth about you. So psychological manipulation, they treated us like animals. They made us act like animals. They made us kill one another just for their entertainment. So psychologically, these things have been passed down from generation to generation to generation. So I'm sharing these with you simply so you will have an idea. When I look back over my family lineage, grandfather, great-grandfather, what did they go through and what did they pass on from these 10 practices, which making it so difficult for me, you, to break away from some of these practices. I'm Restoring Light, along with many other podcasts, many other community organizations, we are instilling the pride, the resilience, the unity that our community was built upon before captivity. We were the people. We still are the people. But you as an individual, you have to understand you have to learn who you are. You have to gain a sense of pride of who you are. And I feel the only way that you can really do that successfully is understand these 10 practices and become sick and tired of being sick and tired of the treatment that we have experienced from the day we step foot on the soil of the United States of America. If I was in church, I would tell you, turn to your neighbor and say, I'm no longer a victim. Do it anyway. I'm no longer a victim. You have to tell yourself, I'm no longer a victim. My eyes are open. The Bible talks about the blind scales falling from your eyes. And that's what my desire is. These blind scales will fall from our eyes, and the generations to follow will stand strong. Jesse Jackson said it so beautifully, I am somebody. Dr. King said, we must know our somebodyness. You must know who you are. So we have the avenues, we have the ability to join together and be the awesome people that we were ordained to be from the beginning of time. Number 8, spiritual suppression. But spiritual suppression, the slaves' spiritual practices were often suppressed to break the spirit and erase their cultural identity. It is interesting that we became slaves and Christians pretty much at the same time. I'm talking about the colonizers' Christianity. They did not give us education. They did not give us proper food. They did not give us housing. They wanted to make sure we had this religion. Number 9, forced assimilation. Slaves were forced to adopt the culture and language of their captors, wiping out their own heritage. I grew up thinking that Africa was a jungle, and the white man Tarzan, he ruled the jungle. He was the king of the jungle. I believe that. I believe that Africa was not a place that I wanted to go. Forced assimilation. We were forced to take on the language, the culture, and the practices of a people who we are not. They made us think Africa was voodoo. They made us think Africa was savage, only to look today and realize, it was a lie too. That was a lie. That was a lie. So stop living your life in the shadow of lies. Open your eyes to the real practices that we have had to live through and regain the sense of pride of being who you are. Regain the sense of pride of being that warrior, that king, the innovator, the astrologer, the doctor, the educator. There were educated societies in Africa long before there were anywhere else in the world. Aviation, astrology, Africa, before anywhere else in the world. The reason why America and other European countries constructed these practices, they do not want us to unify. Number 10, perpetuation of inferiority. Constant reinforcement of the idea that slaves were inferior to keep them subservient and justify their exploitation. That's done today. We even talk against one another. So it's evident that this practice has been successful. We are kings, queens, innovators, developers. We are the salt of the earth. Our ancestors were strong. Our ancestors were determined. They were unified. They were brilliant. They were resilient. And we are, as a people, moving towards a greater level of unity, intelligence, brilliance, and our strength is going to continue to push us to our rightful place on this earth. And this is what's going to happen. If we unite as a community, other communities are going to draw towards us. So I agree with the Right Reverend Honorable Louis Farrakhan. When are we going to stop asking people for help when we are very much capable of helping ourselves? Thank you for joining us. Please share, please like, please comment. My book, you can reach out to me on Restoring Light. You can purchase directly from me and I will send you a signed copy. Or you can purchase from Amazon. I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you for joining us here on Restoring Light. I asked if you would please share, like, comment. If you desire a copy of, where's my book? If you desire a copy of my book, this is a good book. This is not your typical woe is me slave book. This is not your typical, oh, it was so bad slave book. This is talking about the resilience, strength, brilliance, and unity of our ancestors. The characters in here, the lead characters, are Sarah and Ezekiel. You'll enjoy. Please purchase at Amazon, or you can reach out to me on Facebook at My Restoring Light, or Instagram or TikTok, and I will be happy to send you an autographed copy of this book, and follow us. The second book is at the publisher, and the third book, I am thoroughly enjoying writing it. So I'm excited about this trilogy. I'm excited about this journey that we're taking, and I'm excited about you, and I'm excited about us as a people. God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. May the peace of God be forever with you. Join us every Thursday, 7 o'clock a.m. on iHeart, YouTube, Spotify, Buzzsprout. Peace and blessings.